Hey everyone, welcome to Group Text. We're doing a really fun crossover episode right now with my friend Chef Stu from Don't Let It Stu. And we've worked together before, and he's more than aware of my kitchen incompetence. So we at one point are going to go to the kitchen. You're going to show me something that I like to call cheap and cheerful.
Cheap and cheerful. It's appetizer you can bring to every party. It got 2.5 million views on my Instagram.
You're acting like I would leave my house. Can I just eat it at home?
You can eat it. No, it's great, like charcuterie type appetizer. Okay. Super easy. You're not cooking anything except the bacon.
And that you can do in the microwave.
Yeah, I mean, I cooked it before I got over here.
Oh, I love him.
I kept it so easy.
But I realized there's things I don't know about you, starting with, how did you become a chef?
You know what, when you're in Ireland and you're 16, 17, you're in high school and you're trying to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, like pretty much everybody does. I would always go up in the kitchen with my mom cooking. She would make me peeled potatoes, peeled vegetables, all that kind of stuff. When it came time to figure out what you were going to do, my brothers and sisters, they would do all these languages or computers or the arts degree or whatever it was, right? And I was like, I don't want to do reading books, solving problems. I don't want that anymore. I did it in school. I barely got through high school. I wanted something just different. I was really good at art. So I would get A's in art all the time. Home economics, I did that too. So I kind of loved the cooking thing. And then I just was like, you know what? I'm going to apply to culinary school. They have a new degree program. I wanted to do 4 years in Dublin. So I applied and I got in, and I was like, look, if this works out, it's great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just drop out and try something else. And it was the best 4 years of my life.
Well, it's interesting that you say though, they all did computers and this and that and the other. But truthfully, cooking is math and science and chemistry.
Simple though.
Yeah, but
very, very simple.
But it's not. When you're a great cook like yourself, there is, and you might not think of it as science, but there's chemistry.
There is chemistry with it, yeah, with the baking. I majored in pastry. But also just knowing what works together and why and all that. Yeah.
But you majored in baking?
I majored in baking because
I love I majored in pastry.
I majored in pastries.
In puff pastry.
So you did year one was kind of everything. Year two, half of the year was a bit of everything. And then you decided you want to do hot kitchen, international kitchen, larder, or pastry. And I was like, I'm going to do pastry because that's just a bit more complicated. It's more refined. And I feel like I can just do hot kitchen. You can just work that out, So I did pastry for 2 years. We did wedding cakes. We did everything. We did petit fours, but some obnoxious things. And it was fun. I had the best fun. The best 4 years of my life were in Dublin.
What is the final? I'm sure you have to hit certain benchmarks or take a big final test to get your degree. What was the final?
It was fun. Oh, God. I remember... So you had a written exam at the very end, right? But the practical part, we were in there and we had to make 3 different desserts. One could have been a croissant thing. Another one, I remember it was a teardrop mousse. And so you'd make this wall of a chocolate, and then you'd pipe in the mousse and you'd do the designs and stuff on the plates. And everybody kind of was doing the same thing. But it was kind of fun because people, not really cheat, but they were like, hey, my creme anglaise, split. Can I fucking borrow some of yours? Can I borrow yours? And then we would kind of pass it along just to kind of get us through.
My creme anglaise is
split.
Because I watch the Great British Baking Show and all
so
that.
You know that.
So I know all that.
So we were all just best friends. There was 35 of us in the class that went through 4 years. It was amazing. And then as soon as I was done with that, I went to Bordeaux. I lived in Bordeaux for 6 months in my 3rd year. And then I moved to Napa Valley. I had a job at Meadowood there. So I did basically every position in the hotel, purchasing manager, banquet chef, everywhere.
I have to say, Ireland is not known for its cuisine.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not known for its cuisine.
So, and you see a lot of really good chefs coming out of Ireland, which I think is hilarious. Is it just for survival?
But it's...
I'm saying, because you can't eat any more potatoes?
It's potatoes. But look, here, it's everything's international now. You can get every types of vegetables from anywhere in the world. But Ireland now, it has a bunch of Michelin star restaurants. It is way, Dublin has really become this, beautiful, like cosmopolitan city, like with like really upscale restaurants. It's totally different from when I lived there in the year 2000.
So you said you came here, you went to Napa. What is the worst job in the restaurant or in the hotel, specifically in the food and beverage department? And you can't say customers bitching.
What's the worst job?
Which one it came up on your sheet, like, oh shit, today I'm on.
Got it. You know, I think when you're a beginner's chef and you just have to prep like, you know, bags of onions, like the beginning stage of a chef is like, I think just kind of hard and it's not fun. And you're like, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And it's like the super chefs that like endure that to make it all the way up to like a sous chef or head chef or whatnot. That was never my journey. My journey was always I wanted to do TV. I wanted to host like on Food Network and so forth. So living in Los Angeles, like, I mean, very fortunate that I get to do that and write cookbooks and things like that. So it's all like, it's nice.
And you have written numerous cookbooks, but you somehow have gotten in deep with a lot of the Housewives through food. How did that happen?
The most bizarre thing, I was sitting on my sofa one day, I was with my friend Chris, and we were watching, like, I think Beverly Hills Housewives, and I just was like, has anyone ever done a cookbook based off the Housewives? Just kind of poking fun at different situations and coming up with recipes, and we researched and looked up Amazon and all the book sites, and we didn't find anything. And I was like, I'm going to pitch that. So I went to New York, I was pitching another cookbook, my second cookbook, and it was like an elevator pitch. I was like, well, wait a minute, you don't like that one? I'm like, okay, so what about this? Like, think about Housewives, poking fun, comedy, recipes, but they're real recipes. But I needed someone to do it with, so that's when I brought in Amy Phillips with me to do the comedy aspect of it. And she knew every single thing about the Housewives.
Have any of the Housewives reached out to you to actually do a real cookbook?
I would do that. I mean, if one of them wanted to do that together, I'd love to do that. A lot of them now know me as like, I don't know, like the Housewives chef. I don't know, like whatever. Yeah. Because we sent that book to all of them when it came out, just as a promo thing. And but they like it and they love just poking fun at like their names and things like that, or like different scenarios that went on in the show. So it's been good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What do you watch? Which is your favorite? Like, I know for me, I am a hardcore Below Deck girl.
Look, I have watched it a bunch of times. I love
I am hardcore. No, you don't understand.
I have to watch the Jill Zarin episode.
Okay, but you got to watch more than like...
I know, I do.
Yes, the Jill Zarin episode just aired.
Yeah, so I'm friends with Jill, so I really want to see...
What has she said?
I was like, I see that you're getting a bit of flack for Below Deck. I'm really sorry. I'm here if you want to talk it out or anything. I said, I haven't watched the episode yet. She's like, so what? Who cares? She's like, I just was having fun. I bring good drama.
Well, that's from my point of view, when I'm watching it and being an insider, I'm like, okay, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows what's expected of her, that they know she's there to bring drama and all that. And what I love is she didn't even care. You can see like, she's just like, fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
But she was, I felt like she was really playing up a character. Got it. Okay. Which is why I think she doesn't care if there's flack.
Yeah. I mean, if she was the perfect guest on that, would have been a boring episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there you go.
Well, because we've talked about, and with them as of me going on it, but I'm like, truthfully, I will be the most boring episode ever. First of all I do on vacation is sleep. Yeah. So you're going to have an episode of me sleeping.
Where's Melissa? She's downstairs.
She's on the pads asleep. And I'm unfailingly polite.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to be a bitch on like something like that. So I would be
such a boring episode.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go and act a specific way just to make it a good episode.
I think I don't watch it as much or as religiously as you. I think like the kitchen thing just stresses me out watching it.
It is so stressful. And by the way, being a yacht chef on a big, huge, expensive charter yacht has to be so stressful.
It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, which
and
I don't...
crew, and snacks, and no sous chef.
And there's no sous chef. I've done several families here in Beverly Hills and celebrities and stuff like that, and I've done the breakfast, lunch, dinner thing. It's fine. It's nice, but you're in a house and you have everything, and it's like, but like on a yacht, and then like you're prepping for dinner, and they're like, okay, they want snacks right now. You're like, oh fuck, it's hard.
How hard is it for you to go to like a restaurant? Because you know how the sausage gets made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
why didn't you go to sausage?
Yeah, well, no, because that's always the same.
Yeah.
You know how it gets made. So are you more critical or less critical?
I would say, I'd say more aware, like critical, yeah, sometimes. I am very easygoing though when it comes to restaurants. I used to be terrible.
Really?
I used to just be able to find shit that was wrong. But then, and then I thought like anybody would not like to eat out with me because the universe just would follow me to that restaurant and just be like, I'm going to like, set the tablecloth on fire for him. Like I would bring that energy to the restaurant. So I just stopped even thinking about it now. Service and ambience are the most important thing for me. The food just needs to be like, if the food is like decent and you don't have like good service or ambience, the whole thing is ruined for me.
Absolutely.
It really is. I'm pretty basic though with like, I like Craig's, I like Giaconi's, so I don't really go downtown. There's some great restaurants downtown. I just like Steak 48. I actually kind of love that place in Beverly Hills. There's great Caesar salad there. Like I'm simple. Like
you don't even,
that.
which is so interesting. You don't seem like a foodie.
Yeah. I do love it. I love trying out things. But I'm not like, I'm diehard. I got to go to that restaurant. I got to go here. Let's try the Michelin star restaurant.
Right.
I did a lot of that when I lived up in Napa Valley.
Oh, I bet, because that's, there's a Michelin star restaurant every 3 feet.
Yeah. And there is restaurants that open up in LA. I'm like, okay, I eventually want to go there and I want to try a few things for sure. I do enjoy it, but not like diehard, like, okay, I have 2 restaurants lined up this week that I have to go. You know what I mean?
I have friends who are like those kinds of foodies.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, I always think to myself, this isn't my last meal, or hopefully this is not my last meal. Like when people complain about food on airlines,
get over yourself.
It's like, it's not, hopefully, not your last meal. You'll be fine. Bring snacks. You'll make it 5 hours.
Exactly. I mean, if you're flying Delta, and if you're in first class, I mean, they have John and Vinny's meatballs, which are so good. Exactly. I'm sorry, they have the great menu on there. But yeah, the airplane thing, like if I'm in economy or if I'm in a comfort plus, I will sometimes like make something and pack it and just bring it with me. Or else I'm always at the lounge, so I just stuff up on the lounge and just like eat the food there. Yeah, and
throw some bars in your pocket
exactly.
and go.
I'm
what
good.
do you do if you're having a dinner party and clearly someone doesn't like something?
Oh, it's happened. It's happened a bunch of times, and it's like, or it's generally what it is. I'll come there, there'll be like a meat and a fish and maybe a vegetarian option. Someone would say, like, there's 2 vegetarians. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do a vegetarian dish. But then it's like, someone says, oh, I'm a vegan. I'm like, no one told me this. So then you're stuck. Like that's the worst part. So then I'm trying to figure it out. And then I just make something super basic. Now they are happy that you've done something for them. But that drives me crazy. So I'm like, ask your guests, is there any kind of dietary restrictions? I'll bring something else. It's good. Just let me know.
And my mom, especially, she used to hate, because that's when everyone suddenly started having all these restrictions or these, I'm on Atkins, I'm on this, I'm on that. Her whole thing was, then eat before.
Yeah.
Then eat before. I will never, I have friends that know what I like and don't like. I will be very upfront. And if it's something that I don't like, even though I've told them, I will just push it around on my plate.
Yeah.
And if you're questioning it, have a snack before.
Yeah, it's just, or just tell them like, hey, I don't really care for that and that. Is there any chance he could do like a chicken breast for me? They'll do it. It's okay.
I always say that I'm like, I am fine with just a grilled chicken breast. You don't need to do anything, some salt, pepper. I don't care. And if that's a problem, I'll just do the vegetables or just do the sides. My shit is not your problem.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell me before you get there.
Yeah.
So I just have a heads up instead of like planting that at the table when I have like no time.
So if you're planning a dinner party, and we're going to get to appetizers in a minute.
Yes.
What are the hard and fast rules? Because there's got to be like, you must, how important are the different courses?
They're important enough. I try and plan it out where I'm not going to be super stressed because it's generally just me in the kitchen. I might have one helper who's also serving the food, right? Like if I can do a soup salad beginning, that's great. The soup can be made the day before. The salad's assembled the day of. You prep all your ingredients beforehand. Those two are covered easy. Then you have main courses, generally like 2.
See, 2?
I'll do, well, like,
but no,
well,
I'm like
fish and a meat.
No, like a normal person, not you.
A normal person.
Look at him. He has like, well, I don't do normal.
I'm like, what is that?
No, like, okay, if I'm having friends over. And
sure.
I'm going to do, is it more important to do heavy hors d'oeuvres, light starter, heavy main, and light dessert? Is it better to go heavy appetizer, heavy start, light middle? You know what I mean?
Depends what you want. Like the appetizer, the appetizer thing, the appetizer thing can be stressful. Because there's all little small things and they're finicky. If you want to do a small charcuterie board when people arrive, they can nosh in that. Maybe cut out the soup. Soup is very filling. Go straight to a salad. Do a fish like a salmon or something for like me. They're going to be full. I think don't go heavy at all.
Right.
And then like the smallest dessert, even like just do a few cookies and like French macaroons. Like just on, that's all people want really, instead of, or else you get like a beautiful cake from somewhere, cut that up. But yeah, dessert you can have done. Salad you can have done pretty much day before everything just prepped. And then your salmon, you can just bake it all together, have your veg like done. Like it's, just you're planning it out and the timing is like the most important thing.
Right, so just plan ahead.
Yes, plan ahead, yeah.
So in other words...
Get as much done beforehand as possible. Well, that's what I'll say.
You're going to show me some appetizers.
I'm going to show you an appetizer, like a simple appetizer.
And I just want to, again, warn you, I literally I don't even know where shit is in my kitchen.
That's fine. I literally brought something that you just assemble. You're not even cooking. That's how easy I made it for you.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
We're going to tackle, and I love that you laugh at me.
I do, because it's like, you said it to me yesterday, you're like, oh, appetizer. I'm like, I'm going to literally bring you the easiest appetizer.
Yes.
So I want you to be able to do this.
I need things that a first grader can do.
I'm screaming at you.
Okay. I need something a first grader can do.
You can do this. Can you cook bacon?
I can.
You can buy it.
I can warm it up.
Okay, great. You're good.
Because you put it between 2 pieces of paper towel and put it in the microwave.
Yes, you do. I don't do that because I don't have a microwave, but...
Of course you don't have a microwave.
You can do that, yes. For sure. Okay, so Rainforest crisps, I love them. You always get them around like Thanksgiving and so forth.
Are these ones with the olives or with the raisins?
These are the one with the raisins. Or the fig.
The fig. I love these. Don't give me those olive ones. I don't like those.
Yeah, no, I need a bit of fruit. I need a bit of like,
Yep.
So we got some of that, right? I have a tiny bit of heavy cream here, like a drip in here with the goat's cheese. If you don't like goat's cheese, you could use a sharp cheddar in here instead.
But something creamy.
Creamy like this. And just
take it out of the fridge like an hour. Or ricotta.
You could do ricotta, yeah. You could do ricotta.
Don't sneer when I say these things.
No, I'm not. Do I look like I'm doing that? Oh my God, I'm terrible. So then I'll just put like that.
Okay.
On it. Do you want to do one?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll just go through it together and we'll make one together. It's super easy. So I did this, the reason why I'm showing it to you, when I posted this, I think before Christmas, it got like 2.5 million views. Because I was like, this is the only appetizer you need to bring to any party and people will love you.
And then can you lie and say I made the crackers myself?
No, but people will know that you got but it's just like...
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
Now, can we just talk about how pretty and artistic yours looks?
It's just like a swipe.
Okay, let's look at mine.
If that's what I get after 4 years of college, I mean, like, I need to do better.
Oh, I'm kind of insulted, but
No, I mean, no, you can't be insulted. I should be able to do that.
Yours looks so pretty.
I have some bacon I cooked at home.
Not in your microwave.
Not in my microwave.
Now, is that like a chef thing, just anti-microwave?
No, it's not.
Just a you thing?
Because, like the place where I work, like I have a private client that I work at, and like sometimes I use it. Not really though. Because I don't know, like, it's just, like what would I heat up in a microwave? I'm trying to think if there's anything.
easy.
It's so easy, I know, but
again, you're a pure.
okay, like a soup.
By the way,
for example, soup. I could make the soup from scratch. I'm like, oh, it went kind of cold. I'll just heat it up really quickly. I would do that.
That's the difference. You are a chef. I eat to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
Like cereal for dinner is awesome.
Okay, so that's that out of the way. We have a fig jam.
Which I always love, the sweet, salty. I love that.
And I just put a tiny bit of that on it, right? It's there.
Okay,
do that.
Let me see if I can even do the 2-spoon thing. Rather than what I would normally do. That way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
move this
perfect.
out of the way.
You got that. So that. You're good. I'll take those. You're like, what's next? Okay.
Again, let's just show.
No, yours is fine. This is good.
Attempted.
So I have some basil.
Okay.
I think we can probably put the bacon on next.
Okay.
And then we'll finish with the
basil.
So pick a nice piece. Like however, maybe just like stick it in there.
Like that?
Yeah, just stick it into the, great. Top off with some basil.
Okay.
I said honey earlier to you, but
I love
forgot
honey and cheese and all that.
I forgot we had the fig, so we don't need the honey. And that's it.
Amazing.
That's it, and it's pretty, and it's like super easy.
Yours is pretty. Yours looks like, oh my goodness, artistic and pretty. Mine looks like, we let the kids participate in making dinner.
Okay, cheers.
I know it's going to be so good.
It's just right. You know what I mean?
And it's that perfect, sweet, salty whole thing. Well,
it's like a little meal. I love it.
now I could eat a whole platter of these.
No, I know.
And then not eat dinner.
Uh-huh.
Drew, I love you. This is so
good.
easy.
Wow,
So fun, so
simple.
easy. You're so fun. Again, crossover episode. Group text.
Don't let it stew.
Check it out. Bye.
Bye.